God, it's Ruby.
Next episode, the Red Wedding.
So, first of all, leave Penny alone. Penny did nothing wrong. Hashtag Penny did nothing wrong. Get it trending. Thank you.
Kill Penny.
David, your failed attempt to try to get me to react is lost on me because I know that you love Penny too. So don't even try.
Wipe her memory. Make her a
well, now we know,
android.
bro. See, like, I was waiting for this, right? I was waiting for them to add consequence to her death, right? Because you have a robot, and you can do this thing where, like, well, if she's a robot, you can just keep rebuilding her, right? We have consequence now. It's this guy has to splooge some of his aura into her. That was bad word choice. I'm sorry.
Yes, it was a very bad word choice.
But yeah, no. Point being, there's actually consequence now, and that makes this actually mean something. Now, one could say, on the one hand, we just met this guy, so it's not like super close to the audience consequence. It's not like the audience is like, oh no, I hope this old guy that made Penny will be okay. I care about him just as much as I'd care about some random coworker that, walked in day one where I worked, and he's like, oh, my dad is a little sick. I'd be like, oh man, I hope he's okay. But that's about the end of that, yeah, I care.
Right.
But it's not like you haven't done that thing that you do with like these other characters where they're like family to me. It's I care about as much as I would care for like a random bystander dude, But it does kind of mean that there is limited times that we can like remake Penny, because I'm kind of headcanoning that if it's not his aura that goes into her, potentially she wouldn't be the same, because like I know it's kind of like his daughter and he calls her that, so maybe there's some sort of like, because of his aura, that's kind of like part of what makes Penny uniquely her, because it is his aura that's in her. Is it implying that like if it wasn't his aura and it was some random other fucker that put their aura into Penny to give her aura, would she be different personality wise? Like what would you get out of that?
I was getting that kind of vibe there. Like it would be a whole different personality, because with him he imparted that caring, that almost like a Geppetto level to Pinocchio kind of thing.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually, that makes sense too, and considering a lot of times RWBY characters are based on or named after like fairy tale characters. Like, obviously like Yang is Goldilocks. RWBY is like Little Red Riding Hood, on and on. Ozpin, the Wizard of Oz. But either way, and that's actually a good comparison. And maybe I could even see like them making Penny in the future, like when this guy's gone and she's a lot more like authoritarian, strict robot, like, like fucking stand down or you will be eliminated type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So,
and that would kind of go into my previous theory of like, eventually I feel like Penny will change. It'll be like, because that would be, that's such untapped potential of sadness that'd be such like a knife and twist it into the viewership, because to make like Penny, she's still Penny, she looks like Penny, there's like slight twinges of Penny in there, but like she's just no nonsense, and everything that's fun about her is stripped away, and that could be like a really sad moment for RWBY and us.
Yeah, definitely. So here's what I'm thinking. Like, once he uses the last of his aura, we're gonna have Ironwood be like, okay, bitches, take some of mine. And then she becomes this militaristic fucking dictator kind of character, like, salutations! Oh, right, I'm supposed to let him surrender first, right?
Oh, you don't shoot first, ask questions later, right.
That's the kind of vibe I'm getting here, because Ironwood backed this. They've stated that he backed this here out of everything else, so...
He was his top Patreon.
Yeah. So this is beautiful, because now they can really go super dark with it. And this whole volume has had that dark implications here, and leading into this fucking ending here, where is to sit down with Papa Schnee, fight for your seat on the council moment. That's why I'm like, the first thing I thought of was like, oh god, this is the Red Wedding of RWBY. Shit's gonna hit the fan. People are gonna die. Those you care about are just going to be slaughtered. Goodbye. Now you'll feel the fucking feeling that us Game of Thrones fans felt a few years ago. So yeah, this is it.
Yeah,
this is our dark moment coming up.
This could be concerning for sure, especially considering he's such a, I don't know, like, Weiss's dad is such a little sniveling fuck. I just have a, I doubt that he's just going to invite him over just to be like, haha, now let's talk business. Nah, like, there's something more going on here.
Well, they said it was going to be the fight for his Ironwood's council seat here. He's trying to knock him off the council. So now you have two conniving fucks sitting down at a table.
I thought he just won the election. Like, how is he going to, I don't get that.
He go vote him out, kind of impeach him, if you will.
Oh. I suppose, yeah, now that he has a seat in the council, he can open up, like, some sort of inquiry? Well, that's a hard word to pronounce. Inquiry? Like, you know, like, well, he's stifling business, and this ridiculous embargo is hurting the people, and let's put it to a vote, yada, yada, yada.
Yep. So now you have two sniveling, conniving fucks sitting down at a table. Who's going to kill who first?
Ooh, yeah, I mean, and obviously, and also, just as a side note, when is Whitley gonna come into this? The fucking son? Like, he was set up to be this, like, sniveling fuck as well. I wonder if he's ever gonna have a part in this.
Other than, like, he lets himself in, sir.
Be my little monkey butler. Monkey butler?
Go fetch me some brandy.
I didn't jizz in your mother to have a son. I jizzed in your mother to have a monkey butler. And also to jizz in your mother.
Yep.
Where is she, by the way? Did she ever come back from the store?
Well, we heard that she doesn't like when things don't go her way, so...
You know how dads always go to the store to get cigarettes and never come back? Weiss's mother went to the store to get a fucking bottle of vodka and never came back.
Aww.
Totally not using... my mom's not missing or anything, but she certainly loved going to the store to get a bottle of vodka.
Oof.
But
your mom and I have a lot in common.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, can you imagine you two drinking? That'd be weird. That'd be weird.
Yeah, well, she was a fan of my liquor cabinet when I lived with you.
Yeah, she was like, damn, that good shit.
I'm shocked she didn't help herself to some. She was welcome to it.
I'll retroactively let her know. I'll let her know to just stop over at your house and take some.
Oh, this took a weird turn. Back to RWBY.
And then she'll get fucking, like, pulled over and have, like, a fucking whole cupboard of alcohol in her car. Open because it's you.
Oh, I mean, there's definitely not spousing all my liquor.
Oh, God.
The whole damn car smells like a goddamn bar.
I've gotten drunk through just inhaling it. Vapor. That's beautiful. So with RWBY, though, I like what they're doing. I'm a big fan of the conversation that Blake and Yang have, where they're basically, you know, it's just because I find that a lot of problems in life can be solved by finding that third option, right? People always, like, nail themselves down to, like, well, we can either do this or that. We can do this or that. These are the two options. And, like, no, usually there's a third compromise option, or just an option outside of the box in general. So I like that, you know, it's like, oh, man, well, you know, like, Blake's like, I feel uncomfortable about attacking and arresting this woman who's definitely just trying to help people, you know, like innocent people. That's definitely what she's doing, right? She may have violent tendencies. She may be going outside the law, but fuck the law, honestly. Like, she's clearly in the right here. And I like that Yang's like, we don't gotta, then let's not do that. And instead, they go outside of their orders, and they warn her, and they kind of give her, like, a half-truth to be like, listen, like, this is what it is. And we find out that her semblance is lie detection, which is a phenomenal semblance to be a politician, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Here, random bystander, let me touch your hand. Okay, you're telling me the truth.
Anyone who lies dies. Oh, God, that'd be great. Like, all right, Mr. Trump, before I ask you these impeachment questions, can I just hold your hand real quick? No reason.
You're lying?
Instead of swearing on this Bible, swear on this woman's hand. And yes, we know you like to touch women, but...
You can't touch him down there.
He'll be self-conscious because his hands will be smaller than hers. We
took the low-hanging fruit this week.
I had to. So, Let's see.
Uh,
But yeah, no, so that's cool, right? And they're kind of doing like this half. I almost hope that they'd tell her the whole truth, but I do get it. I get where Ironwood's coming from with like the whole. We can't just tell this town about Salem now because then we'll get fucking destroyed by Grimm. You know, the despair
Yeah.
and the crazy. But what we want to do, he wants to tell them the truth, but he wants to wait till he can tell the whole world the truth at the same time, so we can all be prepared to fight against the Grimm that come with that. I assume.
yeah, which in itself is a good plan.
Yeah, I can respect any plan that involves being transparent with people. It's interesting because Robin now is in a weird place because she's not like totally as angry as she was originally. Like she was about to be like full on anarchist, fuck everything, but now she's seeing, okay, she's confirmed that Ironwood's like motives aren't actually like bad. Like, okay,
right.
You know, like she's confirmed that, but she knows that they're still hiding shit. She knows that there's still some shady shit going on. You know, so now she's just kind of like, well, I will never stop until I know the whole truth. And she also knows that there's a third party doing this shit, but they didn't tell her that either. So now Robin's this weird third party, and I'm curious to see what she's gonna do. I have no doubt in my mind she's gonna show up to this fucking thing with Ironwood and Weiss's dad. She's probably gonna do something there. She's been collecting military grade fucking vehicles and no doubt weapons. So staging a coup potentially.
Yeah, a coup. Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. We've gotten uber political this volume, and it's been done so beautifully. And there's no way in hell that Rooster Teeth isn't doing this on purpose with everything that's going down.
Oh yeah,
here.
Like literally, if you stripped the fucking superpowers, the furries, and the fucking like weapons, this would be like a political drama on like HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like the plot, and this is what I find so funny, and I have to roast people. There are so many people that are in fandoms like fandoms like this, fandoms like anime and video games, and they are so dumb because they'll come out and say, I don't like politics in my shows, and then they'll sit down and like watch this season and be like, wow, I love it, not realizing that this is politics. This right here,
or literally the Hunter x Hunter. Sit down and watch that. Sit down and watch One Piece. There's politics in everything.
The only thing they've done is they've fucking sorry, there's a loud ass semi truck outside my house. Hopefully that didn't pick up.
I heard a bit.
Fucking listen, man. Like every show's got politics, okay? The difference
Even My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, 100%. And here's what they do. It's like a bowl of fucking Lucky Charms, okay? They douse the fucking dry politics pieces with like the superpowers marshmallows and like the weird clown dude marshmallow and the fucking like big old jiggly anime titties marshmallow, and then that helps you get the politics down. They're literally like hiding the vegetables in your fucking mac and cheese, okay? Like it's all politics. You just gotta open your eyes and realize it's surrounding you. Life is politics. Politics is not just sitting around in a fucking like office talking like saying fancy schmancy jargon economy and blah blah blah. No, politics is this. This is politics. Fucking life and freedom and making sure you're not fucking controlled by oppressors. This is the important politics, and this is like the shit that goes on every day. And that's what I love about, I really respect this volume because it's being less subtle about it than a lot of other shows. A lot of other shows will be very subtle about their politics. This is quite overt, and I respect it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like this is hitting an Evangelion level of politics this fucking season, and I'm loving it. Like I'm not the most political person on the planet. You know, you've drugged me back into that a little bit here, especially with this election coming up.
Oh yeah.
But
it's the best chance we have to like get an actual fucking leader.
Yeah, right. But at the same time, like I'm sitting there, I'm reading the comments on the site, like it's split. It's very, very split. Like here are the people that absolutely hate that they're going this political, and here are the people that are like, it's Rooster Teeth. How the fuck are they not going to be political? Have you watched Achievement Hunter? Have you watched RT Core? Like it's very, and we've had this divide in the fandom for a while now, but now that we're getting more and more into political shit in the show, it seems to be dividing it more than the last two volumes post Monty. So,
well, my take on this is like in the past when politics, for a while we kind of had like, we were moving from centrist to centrist, right? So like your Republican president would be shitty and your Democratic president would be shitty, but neither of them were like crazy extreme. It was like centrist right, centrist left, centrist right, centrist right. But now as people hurt more and more, like people are hurting, people are struggling, that basically causes people to run to extremes. And don't get me wrong, I consider myself pretty far on the left. But like, so now you have far left versus far right. And the problem now is we went from like, you know, slight moderate to slight moderate versus like revolutionary leftist to authoritarian right? So now the people running on the right around the world are people that are like, they have like low-key, like Zionist, like I think I'm using that word right, like the people that want to like fucking separate race and fucking like send people out of the country and build literal walls. Like, it's getting more extreme. It's costing people lives at this point. And in my eyes, there comes a point where you cannot afford to be silent on politics anymore. So I would actually I would lose a lot of respect for them if they didn't. I think that at this point, if you have a platform, if you are a creator or a person with fans at all, and you don't speak out about politics at this point, I'm going to lose a little respect for you, because you can't, it's dumb to pretend it doesn't exist. People's lives are on the line, people's safety are on the line. At this point, it's important. Like, we need to get people involved, because nihilism and like doing nothing is how things get worse and worse.
Yeah, and I agree.
And Rooster Teeth has always understood that. Like, if you watch any of their podcasts, they're very passionate, and as they should be.
Yeah. And like, even off topic, especially for Achievement Hunter, like they roasted their fans for, in a way, you know.
Yeah, because they're always like, oh, politics, and they're like, fuck you guys,
politics. Yeah, and Jack's like, oh, no, don't let me get political here. But he goes political, and I respect the fuck out of that. But especially in this volume of RWBY, where we have this literal controlled society here, where fucking Atlas is stomping out Mantle in its own way, while in their own right believing that they're trying to help them by waiting till the right moment to tell the world about Salem.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's getting worse and worse too. Like, now Ironwood's stopping like any congregation. Like, people literally can't, like, oh my god, more than one person walking down a sidewalk. Hey, are you guys meeting? Like
are you guys meeting? Yeah, I'm meeting. This is my Tinder date.
It's kind of getting crazy. Like, and I'm glad that Nora, like, good on Nora for standing up to him. Like, you are gonna not only are you falling into Salem's hands, you're gonna make them hate you. You're never gonna get them to fucking listen to you ever again. You're gonna tip them over the boiling point.
It's very, very beautiful that we've gotten to this level, but at the same time, in this series, it's fucking terrifying. Like, you are literally playing into the big bad's hand here. You're playing into Salem's hand 100%, because now you're creating fear that if they're seeing, oh god, two people together, but I can't walk my wife home from work, or no, I can't be with my child on the street without it being considered a congregation and being rounded up and thrown in a cell.
It's crazy. Yeah, and the classic "this is for your own safety" line, which every authoritarian has ever used.
It's just utterly insane that we've gotten to this level.
And Ironwood's so fucking dense to it. Like, he doesn't even realize that like, this could be seen as bad, because he's so far in his own mind. And I love too, like, you see, and we'll talk obviously about like the Relic of Creation in just a second, but like when he's talking to Oscar, trying to talk to Ozpin, he's like, oh man, I wish Ozpin was here to give me some advice. And then he gave him some really good advice, and then he still was like, well, fuck you, you know, like yeah, I was like, dude, you wanted advice. Like, he's so far up his own ass.
Yeah, he is sniffing his own shit at this point, and it's, yeah. Like,
and I loved the advice he gave. He was like, no, it's good to talk to people that you would never want to talk to, because they will give you opposite perspectives than you never would have thought of, and that's how you grow and learn as a person, and that's how you make sure that you're not just one-track minding everything. And when he says that, now obviously now he's being forced to, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's the good person to talk to, because we all know fucking what Weiss's dad's motivations are, but like, I think if anything, he should sit down and talk with fucking Robin. But obviously he doesn't want to do that. But like, yeah, I love that scene where he asked for advice from Oscar, and he basically just kind of turned his nose up at it, like, well, whatever. Most important thing, stop at Salem anyway.
Yeah, I gotta do this over here instead of, you know, seeing that I'm being a fucking moron here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the Relic of Creation here, the fucking rock basically floating atlas in the sky here. And
which is a hilarious
it's weird
reason it seems a little dumb to use it like that, to me, personally. Like, it seems like a waste, like, especially considering they're like, oh, well, we can't use it for two things at once, so we'll have to do the communications tower the old-fashioned way. And my first thought was, and hear me out here, you could not have a floating city and use it on the communications tower, which is way more important.
Yeah, no shit.
Fuck your floating city.
But then the people will storm the city and, rip Ironwood limb from mechanical limb.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what, too, honestly? And I don't know who originally made, like, when this city started floating, how long ago that happened. I don't know if they answered that in this episode or not, but, like, it is funny, though. It does seem very Ironwoody to, like, go here, of all places, because he's the one that's fucking paranoid. So, like, you know that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward builds, like, a fucking snow wall, like, all the way around him?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, they're doing, like, a snowball fight, and he's, like, really paranoid, so he, like, builds, like, a total 360 shelter, and that's fucking Ironwood. Like, He won't stand for normal walls and barriers won't fucking make him not paranoid. Like, he needs a literal floating city with every single plane coming in and out controlled and inspected, and he's a fucking psycho, and
yeah.
Not even psycho is not the right word, I guess. He's just paranoid. He's obsessive. I don't know. I get it. I mean, some people can't handle positions of power without getting it.
I don't even think it's the position of power. I think it's just everything he's seen throughout his life, and especially the fact that he watched shit hit the fan at Beacon and not have any way to stop it has just driven him to this point. And in a way, I can fucking sympathize, but at the same time, dude, fucking chill, smoke a blunt, and just relax, because you have an answer to it. You don't need to be this overly fucking paranoid to the point where you're fucking literally segregating your city and your fucking slums to the point of starvation.
Yeah, and first of all, I like the point you made about sit down, smoke a blunt, and chill, because I bet you, first of all, for a fact, Robin wants to legalize marijuana. That's totally like her platform. Like, she's the Bernie, bro, I'm telling you. But also, like, that's probably what they'd do. If they sat down to talk, Robin would be like just pull out, and he'd be like, what is that? What are you going to do to me? You're going to poison me? She's like, just chill. Just smoke it. Smoke it.
Just
fucking smoke it.
This is poison. Arrest her.
No, I just can't talk to you when you have a stick up your ass.
I don't have a stick up my ass. You literally are a robot. I'm sure there's some sort of gear there. Oh wait, man. That's just your one arm, right? Yeah, that's the strong arm.
I'm just realizing how much happened in this episode. We also see, we have two other semblance reveals of Robin's people. One of them can make like a kind of a cloaking thing where people can't, like, oh, well, here's like a little invisibility dome so I can make maybe people see what they want them to see within that range, or maybe she makes a certain thing invisible, just the truck. I don't know. I mean, if so, that's kind of similar to Emerald's power, I guess.
In a way, yeah.
And then the other thing, which I like, is it seems like the sheep girl, if I'm remembering correctly, has like an ability to like pocket dimension shit. So like just like,
yeah.
Oh, let me just put this truck in my pocket real quick. Which is awesome, by the way.
I love how out there this shit is getting.
But she should have been a kangaroo, Faunus, because then she'd have a pocket. Haha.
But oh yeah, that would have been way too on the nose. I want it.
That's true.
But yeah, everything in this episode, like.
Also, everyone wants to fuck the sheep girl. Have you seen?
I swear, RWBY fandom is the thirstiest fuck fandom.
And this is not me saying this. I don't want to, so don't be like, no.
Cancel Control Chaos.
I frequent the RWBY Reddit, and everyone's thirsting over the cheap girl. They always pick one of the. There's one a week.
Every volume. Over. No, it's every volume. Like, there's one that's overwhelmingly thirsted after.
That's true, yeah. It seems to be the sheep girl this time, yeah.
Yep.
The furries really came out strong.
Well, I mean.
Strong showing.
Did
you see that fucking article? Like, there was like a legit. I was hanging out with Andy, and there was like a legit article about like it was like a group of parents, and they were like concerned about like they were like, why is my 9-year-old calling herself a furry?
I have not seen this
It was in
article.
like Business Insider or something, and like I gotta find it. I don't know, but like it was legit, like, and not the sexual type, obviously, because she's fucking 9. It was just like she identified as like a furry, like she had like a persona, and she was like serious about it, and she would like put on her fucking fursuit and like, and like they were like it all started when she started going on these message boards, and like I read the whole thing. It was so funny.
Jesus Christ.
I felt so bad. I was like, this is what the new generation is, man. They're just so we have such constant existential crises that we just turn to like wacky shit to feel anything.
Yeah.
That's why the new generation, like, they have to like cover up their fucking crippling depression by going like, ooh woo, nuzzles you, XD rar.
Oh God, don't bring back Raw XT for the love of God.
What about Rafflecopter, bro?
I will end your existence through video. Oh, flashes back to my emo days.
Any more thoughts, predictions? Anything we've forgotten to bring up? Anything?
Can we just get Pocket Dimension? Can we just Pocket Dimension Ironwood at this point?
I wonder if it works on organic things. That'd be actually an interesting rule to learn about that semblance.
Yeah, like that's the thing with all these semblances. They keep introducing them, but they don't really give them any rules.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, this is not Togashi. This is not like a manga where they really sit down and like explain the powers. They just kind of exist, and then like when they feel like explaining them, they will. And I've kind of honestly, I'm at the point where I expect that. You know, like that's just not that type of series. Like it's whatever.
Like I would love to learn more about all of these semblances. You know, not like at a Hunter x Hunter level, but maybe even to. Well, even Bleach kind of lacked, but we did learn more about the power system as the series progressed. We still don't really know all of the ins and outs of semblances, and it's just weird. So I would love to know if this one works on organics, because at that point, why didn't they just fucking Pocket Dimension?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it doesn't. Like that would be a little OP if you could just fucking I'm gonna say no.
You know what? Fuck it. That's the answer to killing Salem. We'll just Pocket Dimension the bitch.
But we put her in the Lamb Girl. And where do they go? Is it like an unbirth thing where they're like in her? I can't escape. Salem's like using her like Planet Buster techniques, and she's just like orgasming on the outside, like
Why are you so obsessed with unbirthing?
I'm not. When was the last time I mentioned if you counted every time I've mentioned unbirth hentai since this fucking channel began, I would guess it'd be less than 5.
You did it like 2 or 3 reviews ago.
I disagree. Show it to me. Fucking proof it didn't happen.
Okay, Control Chaos fans, go back through our reviews.
No, it didn't happen. He's wasted your time. If it happened, fine. I don't think it happened. Remember that.
I remember you mentioning it in a conversation not that long ago, man.
There was a time in my life where I was going through all the fucking tags, and it was like, wow. It was like a car wreck. I couldn't look away.
It was like a car wreck. I couldn't look away. I just watched them sit there and burn to death.
You never had a fucking, never had a dream where you shrunk down and climbed inside a vagina?
No, Red. I can safely say I haven't had that kind of fantasy.
No, not a fantasy, bro. Have you never had a dream? Like, you can't control dreams, bro.
I think the weirdest sex dream I had is where I just woke up with a different woman every night.
Boo! No. See, now I need an embarrassing story from you to make this even.
That's embarrassing considering I was dating at the time.
Oh, God. Wow. Well, anyway, I'm going to make this very clear because I don't think it's made clear enough. I like shock humor. I like saying wacky shit to get reactions from my co-hosts. So, fucking don't take everything I say seriously. Take most things I say not seriously, in fact.
And that's so you don't have to edit, right?
No, I mean, I'll probably still edit out some of the things, but like, it's just fun to see. Like, I like to throw whatever I can at the wall to get a reaction.
Yeah, it gets fucking weird sometimes.
Listen, there's a guy running for Congress right now that I like a lot. He's got good platforms, but they found a video of him like saying the N-word from 15 years ago, and now everyone's like fucking canceling him on Twitter. That shit terrifies me.
Yeah.
You know?
Cancel
Like,
culture is terrifying.
oh yeah, and and I'm gonna have to deal with that because like I do want to run for something one day. So I'm just waiting. That's why I'm getting a lot of clips like this out there. So that when they try to call me out, I'm gonna be like, oh, did you see all the other clips where I clearly said I was joking for shock humor? And did you see all the other clips where I talked about my politics and they've been consistent for fucking decades? But no, you're gonna focus on the dumb jokes that I did to fucking like make my co-host laugh. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking the crawl inside a vagina joke. You're gonna pick that one out of all of them,
bro? Like, it's a good point though. Like, all you got to do is be like imagine the headline, like. Red Alexander, running for local Michigan seat on Congress, is into unbirthed gore porn. It's not what I said, goddammit.
Oh.
Could you vote for someone that wants to crawl inside a vagina? That's what she did to Robin. She's got to have some dirt on her.
Oh my god.
Robin's into BDSM. She ties her fucking lamb girl up and whips her every night. Yep. Final thoughts.
Peace!
David? No, we're not piecing there. Final thoughts, predictions.
Final thoughts. Great episode. Really heavy in the politics. Going to get more of that. We're going to watch half the cast die in the next episode if they go the Red Wedding route. So,
do you think they have the balls to do that?
At this point, they're getting a pretty hefty cast. I would be shocked if they keep it.
The Dragon Grim comes back, pukes Torchwick back up.
Wasn't it the Griffin that ate Torchwick?
I don't know what the fuck No, I don't know. I mean, it was the fucking thing. I don't remember.
The dragon's still frozen on top of Amity Tower.
Is he?
Or Beacon Academy. Beacon Academy, actually.
We do need to know what happened to that big old Grim and why fucking Cinder was acting like she was about to, like, fucking ride it off into the sunset.
Maybe she did. Maybe she's Daenerys.
Huh. Well, yeah. I mean, I expect some dark shit going on. I would like a couple deaths if they want to de-bitch themselves. Come on now, let's kill some people. Honestly, anytime a character starts coughing that much in between sentences, the death flags are high. So Penny's creator is probably gonna die soon, which would put Penny on permadeath mode. Which was kind of a theory we had. Remember? Now, obviously, my reasoning was a bit different. I just assumed he was the only one smart enough to be able to create Penny, but now it's maybe a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of the aura thing.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot of the aura thing at this point. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, and then the other thing too, I like the reveal of like he's holding the picture, and then like the thumb is over Watts, and then dun.
Yeah, Watts was on the team, so maybe he could hack Penny.
Also, I do like that Watts, even in that picture, he looked very like, this fucking guy. We're all over here making really advanced military weaponry. I'm making a nuke. And what are you making? A fucking robot girl? What is this? Fucking my life as a teenage robot. Hilarious. And then he wins, and then Watts is like, bitch. You fucking bitch.
Bitch, I will end your career.
It's like that fucking Phineas and Ferb episode where like Doofenshmirtz keeps making like these amazing machines, and then he keeps getting beaten by a baking soda volcano.
I swear you brought this one up too.
Because it's the best. I don't give
Phineas
a fuck.
and Ferb sucked.
No, you're wrong. Phineas and Ferb is amazing. Tell him how wrong he is in the comments. But like, fucking
Harry carried the fucking show.
That's okay. Fucking watch a supercut of every Doofenshmirtz Perry moment. Then that's all I need. But I'm just saying that's hilarious to me. Like, can you imagine that as a scene? Like them flashback to their days working together, and like there's Watts making this amazing thing. Like, with this we could bring about world peace, and like it's a breakthrough in modern science. And he's just like, and then cut over to the other guy. Is like, I made a waifu robot, and they're like, woo,
ooh woo.
And then Watts is like, fucking.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Beat out by weebs yet again. You can never defeat the weeb energy, okay? Like, if I walk into a science convention, and there's, like, a dude over there with, like, you know, like, some fancy science jargon, and he's fucking explaining how it's gonna save the world, and yada yada, and then I see a fucking waifu anime robot. I'm getting over there, I'm sorry.
Wow, we've artificially extended this a couple minutes.
I had to. There are certain jokes you can't end on. Some are too cringy, okay? You can't leave them on that as a final note. Also, you have to. As the co-host to me, David, I expect you to equal out any cringe that I do, so we are equally cringe, so that we both take the cringe burden.
Both take.
So when people are like, God,
the
that
cringe
red
burden.
guy, man, he's a fucking freak.
Stay weird, fam.
Yes, embrace your inner cringe.
Uh,
But seriously, I need you to equal out this cringe, because then when people are like, Red, wow, he might be like an actual psychopath, but at least David is equally.
Wow, Red got weird this episode.
Yeah, but David though, that David guy, crazy.
Yeah, that David guy though, he sleeps with a gun under his pillow.
What do you do with it?
I live in the ghetto.
That's relatively normal though. That isn't cringe.
Who can say they sleep with a gun under their pillow besides Laura fucking Croft? Okay.
All right, I think I've extended this far enough. Peace.
Peace.